special guest.
Oh man.
Alright, fuck, let me start over. Fuck. I'm gonna do the Voncast thing and still me off.
He said everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows show, aka the Voncast show.
Yeah.
Today, got a guest with me. I've known him since he was a freshman. So it's a real honor to interview this man right here, young man. Quinn, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. This is really cool doing this interview because you approached me end of 2017 and I was like, hold up, I got something to work on.
Yeah.
Come back to me a year later, and
right.
It's a little more than a year. It's January 2019, but like,
yeah,
I thought about this interview throughout the whole year while I was making the project.
Wow, I'm honored, man.
I really was, because I didn't have anything to show at the time, and I knew like I was capable of doing something really awesome. Right. No, okay, that sounds kind of corny, but like something that, fuck, I'm gonna just say awesome. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I get you, man. If, you didn't have too much to talk about at the time. You didn't have any projects or music, but now I heard a little sample of what you got. It's pretty dope, man. So we'll get into it. Who are you and what do you do?
My name, I go by the name of Matua.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So I'm from Guam.
Oh, okay.
And the language and the culture is called Chamorro, the Chamorro people.
Okay.
And what's up, Q? That's the
what's up, man? Hey. OG, what's up, bro?
The homies.
Let's go.
What's good?
I like the braids, bro. Damn, 56 nines braidy right now.
He said you're doing 6'9" braids.
No, I said 56'9" braidy. Oh, I like the shoes, man.
So he flex.
Oh, he cozy, huh?
Big Bozy. Hey, Jessica.
What's up? How you guys doing?
Well, y'all do your thing, so.
Yeah, no worries.
No worries, bro.
Alright, let me try to start over. Or let's start over.
We should keep going.
We'll keep going.
The naturalness of it.
Let's go. Don't worry about it. Woo. No worries. Alright.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so.
From Guam.
Okay.
I was born there. I'm Chamorro.
Okay.
And the word Matua is just like something I heard. It's a name, and I just kind of like heard it pretty frequently. And like 2014 is when I like first started like making music.
Yeah.
The first song I ever recorded was like with my homies back in San Jose, and it was a One Train remix. Dude, that's why I brought it up to the club.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about the One Train remix. Well, let's get into the hip hop culture club because that actually plays a big part of how we met.
Yeah.
And how we met a lot of our colleagues, our music colleagues.
Fucking yeah.
So we'll get into that, but let's go back. So if I was Thanos right now, man, I had a time stone. We'll go back.
Oh, shit, okay.
Where are you from?
Guam.
Guam.
Well, born on Guam.
Okay.
My mom was a flight attendant.
Okay.
So we moved around a lot. So it was like Guam, Texas. I think maybe back to Guam, then back to Texas.
Okay.
And then from there to Washington. Moved a couple times in Washington too. My parents got divorced. 2006, my mom passed away, so I moved down to San Jose. And like moving to San Jose was like the first time I had like solidarity in terms of like not going anywhere. But still like there's that. I graduated and then moved down here to Northridge to go to CSUN for college. Then freshman year, I was looking for friends. It was pretty lonely, and I was really just getting into hip hop at the time. Like I only fucking listened to Chance and Childish Gambino.
I remember that.
Which I was super into it. I didn't really know, and then met you guys through the Hip Hop Culture Club.
Right. So before that, I mean, were you always into school? Was school your thing or not so much?
I always got good grades, but my parents weren't really like strict about. My dad was just like, "Hey, just do your best. I'll give you $100."
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, "Okay." And I don't know. The time period before I moved out here is kind of weird because I just didn't really do anything except go to school. I liked music, but I wasn't really making music.
Right. Huh. Okay. And so when you were a kid, or in your teens or younger days, did you have any aspirations of what you wanted to do like as an occupation or career?
Yeah. I wanted to make video games, and I wanted to act.
Okay.
And I just then I realized like video games requires coding, and I don't like coding at all, bro. That shit is really hard.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
As I've learned from like my major, but acting is still up in the like. I'm still gonna do that shit. After I get my Grammy, I'm going for the Oscar. You know what I mean?
Okay, I like that. I like that, bro. Maybe my biopic, you can play me.
Let's go. Let's go.
My hair, bro.
Let's do it.
All right. So, what would you consider yourself? Were you more like a introvert, extrovert, like kind of in the middle?
Super. I want to say introverted, like yes, but I feel like I'm kind of like
in the middle.
It flows.
Ups and downs. Yeah, there's no absolute introvert, absolute introvert. It's very rare. Those are very rare cases.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, do you feel like I don't know, having that personality kind of like shaped your music or what you talk about?
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Because like back when I was a kid, being emo was cool, so that really like fed into like me just writing like my early like poetry. Like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna write that I'm sad. From the get-go, like being emo was like a huge influence.
Salute. Me too.
And that's I really want to talk about how that whole upbringing, I guess, my youth has shaped how I write music, because now I'm at this point in my life where I feel like, how do I say this? Because mental health is a really tough issue to talk about, but in terms of like me being sad or depressed, not necessarily that I have depression, because I've never been diagnosed, first of all.
Right.
So, but every time that I've been sad, I've kind of just like given into it and I fed into it, you know what I mean? And I've just stayed in that place. But now I found like when now I know when it's time to get up, you know what I mean? And since then, the music that I've written has been like, all right, what if this like emo kid who was really, really sad all the time grew up and realized being sad is not really cool and it's pretty detrimental to your life.
Yeah.
What if that kid grew up, realized all this, and wants to just move forward and do things for the better, but those tendencies still are kind of there, you know what I mean?
One can say that sometimes making sad songs kind of makes you feel better.
Yeah. Getting it out.
Getting it out, and people can resonate, because not everyone is always happy. Not all the time are people always positive.
Yeah. For sure. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I think that something about, to me, listening to emo music, seeing music, so they call it hardcore, very raw, talking about feelings.
Yes.
It's like, damn, I can really relate, and it makes you feel better. Listen to it like when you're sad, even when you're happy, like, man, music has a very powerful influence on people's lives and how they feel, and I really think emo music, definitely makes that like statement that, it's okay to be sad, and you go through this. Like you said, mental health is very tough, and I really think that, I don't know, I realize this right now, maybe emo music was ahead of its time in the sense that it expresses feelings. Like, damn, dude, like, broke up, her first girlfriend, I broke up with her, or first partner, or, just having a crappy day, you listen to, like, Simple Plan, listen to some Fall Out Boy stuff.
Yeah, bro, oh my gosh.
Are you Fall Out Boy?
When you talked to me about doing the interview, I was revisiting From Under the Cork Tree.
Yo,
bro,
it's such a fucking. That is classic.
I swear, the writing is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the way your lips, your makeup stains my pillowcase. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Or Take This to Your Grave. The way your lips like wrap around a tree.
Yeah, bro. I think it's Pete Wentz. Pete Wentz was the main writer, right?
Yeah, and then Pete Wentz was a writer, but
still, like Patrick, he had that range. He was like,
yeah,
and it's like. Bro, classic album.
You know about From Under the Cork Tree?
Yes, of course. Like everyone knows like the hits. Dance, Sugar We're Going Down.
I like what's that? XOXO.
Oh, where he's like, I come to the crowd to pick you up. No, okay. What about the fucking the song that goes before it?
Oh, with Gym Class Heroes?
No.
No, with Travis McCoy.
No. It's like on the album. Here, I'm gonna find it because the way it leads into EXO is crazy.
But yeah, it was spoken word.
Yeah, because Pete Wentz is like, living is just another waste of death. And it's me and you two. We have nothing left. And then come the crowd to pick you, bro.
Wait,
like
what? Was that Pete Wentz?
I think
I
so.
thought that was Travis McCoy.
Oh, okay. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know either. I always thought it was.
I just assumed like.
I thought it was because they were tight. But yeah, dude, from Under the Cork Tree. I love the titles. I love the titles, man.
That okay. I'm so happy you brought that up because those like really long ass titles. Like same with Chiodos.
Oh God, yeah. Bring Horizon.
Chiodos like Dance Gavin Dance, Fall Out Boy. They inspired the name of this album.
Really?
Reprogramming the dysfunctional heart of a stupid crybaby.
Wow. What is this? 2006? I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay. That's really cool because I'm like, man, y'all too young. I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
This came out in early 2005.
Sugar We're Going Down was on the radio.
Oh yeah, I mean, everyone knows that one, but like
amazing song, bro.
I was rapping back in 2006 or around that time, and one of my lines
Damn, crazy.
Yeah, load a gun complex, go all no.
Okay, I already know.
I go all out, boy. Load a gun complex, like fall out, boy. I have that as a line. I forget where that's from, but I know it's from a song. I use that song. Oh, I'll play it after this, but damn, I'm dropping the song. It's called Juliet. Okay. And the reason I call it called Juliet is because a lot of there's a song Check Yes Juliet.
Of course.
And there's
what was the band? Fuck.
We the Kings.
I saw them live once.
How was it?
They were pretty, like, they got me. I was like, yeah. But I honestly, I didn't get into them like that.
Me neither. Just that one song for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a song, Escape the Fate?
I know of them, but I wasn't really, like...
There's a song, it's called, this is around the time when long titles were cool. Not Good Enough for Truth and Cliche. And the song, they're referencing this girl named Juliet. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, yo, I'm going to write a song called Juliet because, like, it seems like all these emo and scene songs reference Juliet.
Huh, yeah, of course, because, the classic star-crossed lover tragedy, yeah. Shakespearean,
there you go.
all that shit.
But enough of me, more back to you. Wow, man, so this type of music had an influence in what you write about.
100%. And not just, like, what I write about, but what goes through my mind, mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I want to express myself, but I don't want to indulge in the sadness.
It's tough.
It's hard.
It's hard, right? This music almost romanticizes the feeling of feeling sad.
That's my problem.
It's like so good. It's like damn, like
I can feel it, right? But I don't want to always feel this. I want to I want to move forward. Yeah. I want to be happy. That's why, bro. Honestly, Owl City, emo pop, feel good music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's another influence. Like Owl City. Obviously, Metro Station.
Oh yeah.
Who didn't? But there were
Tracy Cyrus.
Tracy Cyrus. His whole. I don't know how he was just whispering the whole time. Yeah. Like, hey girl, your eyes are in the streets there. I don't know, but shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Postal Service.
Oh my God, classic. Absolute. I thought that was. Man, I said some foul shit back then, like
what?
I said some foul shit that is not.
We all did, bro.
Now.
Come on, let's be honest. Everybody said.
I was like, yo, Postal Service is a shit you slit your wrist to.
Okay, whoa.
This wasn't like 2003, 2004.
Honestly, I probably would have said that same shit.
I was like,
not when I was that young.
Right. But I was like, yo, this is the shit. Like, like how does it go? Like, Great Heights.
When they see us, like
yeah. Bro. And let me say that this was a while back. I do not condone that type of behavior.
Not at all.
Not at all. Suicide is definitely like it's a big issue. And if you are doing self-harm, I do highly advise you to talk to someone.
Yeah.
I'm just referring back to my ignorant old ways when I associate emo music with that type of behavior. And I was saying that as a joke, but still now I still fucked up. But I will say back to it, Postal Service is classic. Like, I remember when I got into it, I'm like, man, like, I'm doing bad in school. I'm just gonna lay in bed and just like, it's okay if I live a mediocre life. I'm cool with that. Like I can go to, I can like just cruise by, barely like, I don't know, pass and
right.
Life sucks, but this music makes you feel good, and I do think that like this music is great, but sometimes if you're just really like super into it, you kind of romanticize.
If you listen to it like all the time, And if somebody's listening to that all the time, that's their like fuck.
No, I can listen to it. Yeah, I can say that I can listen to it now and say, hey, this is just music, and it is like as powerful as it is. I know that. I've been through that, the emo phase, but I know like this is just music and I can separate myself. But when I was super young, dude, I was just listening.
That's all
to this.
right.
Like you really identify with it a lot more when you're younger because it's all you know, especially when you first
get being exposed to this like this rawness, like wow.
You're going through like adolescence and breakups were a lot more serious for me back then just because
heartbreak. Heartbreak for sure.
Just that type of just the expectations you had of relationships and everything, but man, back to you, bro. I'm sorry.
No, bro. Honestly, I don't care.
No, I
we're having like a pretty good conversation about emo music.
Yeah, man. So like, what other bands? Get Up Kids, right? Was it?
Yeah, we're talking about the Get Up Kids. Yeah. I just got into them recently, and because I've been, like I said, I was trying to get into studying emo music when I had this realization how much of an impact it had on me.
Yeah.
So I just read this like Noisy article and they're talking about like the Get Up Kids, Braid. I don't remember the other stuff. And I watched this dude on YouTube. His channel is it's something that has to do with math rock music, but he did like a 15-minute breakdown of like that sound of emo music, like specific chord progressions. And the next project that I do is definitely it's gonna have guitar for sure.
Okay.
And there's gonna be a lot of instrumentation like what I showed, like that song I showed you.
Math rock's insane because
there's just like and this shit's like
there is some sort of mathematical logic to it that I don't
very technical.
Yeah. Technical is a key term. Dance Gavin Dance. And I told them I invented Time New Roman.
One of my favorite bands of all time.
Same.
No cap. No fucking cap.
No cap.
Dance Gavin Dance, bro.
Battle at Dogtown Mountain. Right?
Downtown, yeah.
So what was it? Battle at
Downtown Battle Mountain.
Yeah. And they made a second one.
Downtown Battle Mountain 2, and that's when I got into them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first song I heard was and I told them I
invented Times New Roman.
Like yeah, dude.
Johnny Craig. Very huge influence on me wanting to sing. Not necessarily a great human.
Yeah. It's, everyone. I would say that he definitely had a substance issue, and to me, like it's tough. When people have those issues, it's like I have empathy towards that because I've been around people who are like that, and myself as well. And so, it's tough. I don't justify what he did as like, oh, well, he's an addict. No, there's a lot complex.
A lot more to it.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Chills is dope. Craig Owens.
Yeah, Craig Owens. Wait, okay. First, I want to. Sorry to interrupt, but who is your favorite Dance Gavin Dance vocalist, and do you keep up with their newer shit?
I kind of stopped listening after the second album, The Dog Battle Downtown. I stopped. Johnny Craig.
Did you do like Kurt?
No, I think I was biased. I think I was very biased.
Did you like Uneasy Hearts though? Because that is a classic.
I don't think I listened to it. I think when Dance Gavin Dance switched the lineup, it's so interesting how the lead singer will make all the difference. There's other people in the band too.
Yeah.
They contribute a lot more, if anything. Like they put in a lot of work. Being a drummer, guitarist. But to me,
Johnny Craig
I'm
is that
very
one.
biased. Yeah, like when Chioda switched up the lineup, I'm like, yo, man.
Oh, what was his name? Brandon Bone?
I don't know, but like
I didn't listen to the album.
See, I listened to a little bit of it, but like, dude, it's just tough. It's tough. It's a bias that a lot of us, if you've been a fan of this band for the longest time and you switch up there, it's interesting. You switch up like the guitarist or the bassist. Yeah, but I guess the vocals what you really hear.
But I want to say though, like Dance Gavin Dance, they've had probably more than 10 lineup changes, but their music has always been boom, 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 boom every time, every album.
And I'm sure that like album was good, but it's just that bias in me.
Yeah, because the newest vocalist Tillian, he's so good. He's the solidarity that the band deserves. But I haven't really. The new album I played like 4 times, and I never really went back to it.
Have you heard of Samson?
Oh yeah, Anthony Green. I never really got into them.
Okay.
But if he's like the reason why so many scene kids were trying to sing that high, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. He killed it. First album, Samson, 7 years. But they had a lineup change. I'm like, yo, it's not the same. And I feel bad. Like, I'm sure the dude was a good singer, but I just really couldn't get into it.
And you know he makes music still, right?
Oh yeah, Anthony
Green. Oh well, I saw some of his solo shit.
Oh, he has good solo stuff.
And I was like, okay, this is good. Yeah.
You might like this one. You've heard of The Sound of Animals Fighting, right?
Yeah, I have, but I haven't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs featuring Anthony Green and Craig Owens.
No way.
We'll listen to it after.
What that reminds me, fucking Isles and Glaciers.
It was
super cool. That was like once in a fucking lifetime.
It's Avengers, bro. It's Pierce the Veil.
The emo Avengers or what?
No, was it Vic Fuentes?
Vic Fuentes, Johnny Craig and Craig Owens, and I don't know who the.
Yo, Isles and Glaciers, like that. If that came out, dude, that would have been.
Just the fact that it exists is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a couple like a song or two. But we gotta listen to The Sound of Animals Fighting after, bro.
I'm open. Let's do it, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. So
other bands that I've influenced.
Other bands that you
Do you know Does It Offend You? Yeah.
I think I was good. Like, I stopped getting in tune with bands around that time. That was like late 2008, 2007.
You know them, right?
I've heard the name.
It's I don't remember which Fast and Furious movie it was, but they used this song called Rockstars or We Are Rockstars or something, and it was like doom 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 doom.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I probably didn't do it justice.
No. But I heard the name, but I just never really got into the music because I was kind of after a certain point for me, like around 2008, I kind of just stopped, man. Like a lot of stuff, I was very nostalgic at the time.
Oh, okay.
But then your bands, I heard that. Was it around the time when Blood on the Dance Floor was out?
I don't know. I never got into them.
Me neither. But just those names, these like really cool names. I really think it came from like the titles, you know.
Well, Does It Offend You? Yeah, they're from the UK, and they're this like really cool like electronic rock band.
Yeah.
And this album was like super influenced by them. I just want to throw it out.
Oh
there.
yeah.
I'm gonna show you some of their music.
Yeah, damn.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I do recall that there was that phase. Well, not a phase, but it was a lot of emo and C music was definitely dabbling into like the well, I don't know if they call it EDM back then, but like electro.
Yeah, like
stuff.
Hello Goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, the auto tune where that I don't know what song it was.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
The way you are.
Yeah, I think it's called The Way You Are.
Yeah, I don't think California Rain would be what it is without that song.
Nice.
Or Saltwater City by Owl City. Or no, Saltwater Room by Owl City.
I like that. Yeah, man. The biggest dude, it's, I don't know if he started this trend, but Skrillex. Sunday Moore. Oh, yeah. First to last, that's Skrillex, dude.
Bro, honestly, I have a lot of respect for him just because he came.
He's a pioneer.
He came from the same background, kind of. I think his music was more hardcore music.
Oh yeah, it was. I would say it's a little more mellow. Like from first to last, it's definitely like, it's more on the harder side of the spectrum and stuff.
Yeah. But to be able to completely do a 180 in terms of music genre, and to be like up there.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Damn.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think he's. I think I've heard some songs by him that are not so EDM like Scary Monsters and Night Sprites. Like he's shown that he's able to like make more than that type of music too. I really respect him. Yeah. Also, he did the Kingdom Hearts remix.
Did he?
For number 3. So they do like a theme song with Hikaru. I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
I have a hard time getting to Kingdom Hearts. I think I'm a big Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah.
It's just like I think Disney like that. To me, it's kind of like You know, I'm a little older.
Corny,
that's why.
Corny.
But it is. But I played the game. And it's cool.
It's
but
fun, bro.
it's just like, I mean, bro, like when you're Mickey Mouse and you're fighting Sephiroth, it's like.
But Mickey Mouse. Well, okay, you're not.
Oh, no, you're playing as the guy with the key.
But I want to say, in terms of like playing as Mickey Mouse, he's fucking badass.
To me, he's just like
he's like Yoda doing hella flips and like.
Yeah, but to me, it's like maybe I'm a little older. That's why. But
yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, but you know what? That game, that like Kingdom Hearts have gained like lots of great reviews and praise, so I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Personally, it's just not for me.
But
But
I respect it.
I was playing the GameStop. I was like in that. It was in that Aladdin scene, where like you're in that mouth, like you're
the tiger, right?
Yeah. I was playing that scene. That was dope.
I remember that.
I've watched someone try to beat Sephiroth on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's tough, and that was kind of cool. I respected that, but just the gameplay was different for me.
That's cool.
Let's see. So, what made you like decide? Hey, went from just I listen to music like religiously to I want to start writing my own music.
Thank you for asking that, because that's when like the hip hop aspect comes in.
Really? Okay.
So like a lot of kids my age, they had Cudi, like Day and Night. I don't know, Man on the Moon album.
2008.
They had Kanye for 808s.
Right.
I was some fucking like stupid little kid who was like, I don't like rap music. They just talk about women, titties, drugs, and shooting up bitches with blocks and shit. And you know, obviously the band Dance Gavin Dance, they were singing about like some of that shit too.
Yeah.
So I was just being ignorant. But so all the kids my age had Cudi or Kanye, and like sophomore year I found Childish Gambino's Camp album.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind I was like, wait, you could rap and be emotional at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
I think the big appeal for him to me was just the fact that he did so many different things at once. So I was like a sophomore in high school. I don't know what year that was, maybe like 2011. I'm a flex because I've been a Childish Gambino fan for damn near 10 years. Ugh.
Nice.
But yeah, I found this like, I listened to it. That's crazy because at the time I was trying to get into EDM music also. Like I was trying to get into rap and EDM. So I looked up like Childish Gambino EDM shit, and it was Freaks and Geeks. I don't know if have you heard that song by him?
I don't think so.
But it was like a Freaks and Geeks remix, and then from there I just heard like all his clever like wordplay. I listened to more of his songs where he was rapping about being sad, and I was like, whoa, this fool's clever and he knows how to like be emotional. And like I think the main thing, I keep on saying this, but the main thing that drew me to him was the fact that he was like me and he was fucking a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
He just rapped about pop culture shit, like Breaking Bad, I think.
Right.
He mentioned Scott Pilgrim in one of his songs, Untouchable, and I was just like, yo, this dude's for me. He like, I identified, and then from there I was like, maybe I could rap.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Nice.
I don't do much rapping anymore though, but
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone switches it up.
yeah.
So, yeah, come in.
Should I get it?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get
cool.
it.
Yeah, go for it.
Pause. Time out.
Yeah, that's cool. No worries.
Take a tea. Oh my gosh, especially while I cover the eye hole. Bro. The homie Danny Major.
Okay.
Oh, that's the guy we're talking about.
Okay.
Shout out Danny
You
Major.
come in if you want. I'm at.
He said he's just gonna dip, but he kind of just walked away
Okay.
when I told him.
All right. Okay. So, all right. So we were talking about you like rapping. So was Chance and Childish like were those like the kind of rap? Was that the rap style you were going for? Or like Kendrick Lamar?
For sure, yeah. I listened when I heard acid rap. I remember really distinctively like Childish Gambino dropped a mixtape and Chance was on one of the songs. I think it's called They Don't Like Me or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked into Chance's music and I knew I didn't really like it at first, but then he dropped acid rap like a couple months later and I was like, what the fuck, what kind of music is this? I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so from then on, I was like, I'm gonna make music like that. I was gonna be a fucking Chance clone, but I'm glad it didn't work out like that.
I want to bring back the Guam bandana clan.
Woo! All right, let's go.
I like that. That was dope, man. You rock that Guam. You rep that every day. That was dope. So, rapping like Chance and stuff. What made?
Wait, I think Danny's still here.
Yeah, no, you know, let him come inside.
Okay.
Feel bad. It's raining outside.
I hear him. I think he's on the phone.
How's it going? Thank you for watching the Voncast show. It's a little intermission here, hanging out. And check out the Instagram at the Voncast show.
Yee! Voncast, baby.
Check out One True Tattoo. That's where I'm at sometimes. Back to the podcast.
One True Tattoo Voncast.
Back to that. So you're rapping like that. What made you kind of want to switch up your style? Because I've known you for about a few years, and obviously your style's changed, which means you're growing. What made you want to just, you rapping, talking about Jedi, midichlorians, and hip hop on the underground? No, is that the train? One train?
Yeah.
To sing, to like sing, do a little bit of rapping, but a little more singing, man. I gotta say, it sounds really good.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
What were some factors like, yo, I'm gonna switch it up?
I kind of just realized I was always like an alternative kid anyways.
Right. Okay.
I think it just made more sense. Not that I was forcing any of the music that I made before. I just don't think any of it clicked like how it clicks now.
Right.
And it took me writing a lot of like rap songs that didn't work to understand that. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to do it.
Which is fine,
Yeah. I will say for the longest time I was so concerned with lyrics, bars, punchlines, and I still am to a degree, but I noticed that I wasn't having that much fun writing. Like, to me personally, my experience, I was writing and I was like, man, it seemed like I just wanted to impress like MCs and not so much the crowd. Like a small group of people in the crowd may get what I was talking about as references, but they were so like heavy, and like, it's definitely catered to like a very like purist hip hop crowd. That, for in general, if I said something, like a lot of times people wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I started listening to some more like trap music, and sure, the lyrics are definitely not in par, but there's like that vibe. There's that vibe, and for me, I started really stop caring about it's gonna sound lyrical or punchlines and metaphors. For me personally, ever since then, I had a lot of fun with music. And,
fuck yeah, bro.
And I'm like, so I totally get that. I had to write or freestyle a bunch of songs for it not to click, to where I understood what kind of we're going through. Okay, this is the right
I think it's all about trial and error. Bro.
Yeah.
And failure is just another form of winning if you think about it.
Because
you're learning.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if you see failures or L's as lessons and learning opportunities.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Then you're just winning.
Yeah, because it's really rare that your first rap song or your first song is going to be like a hit. Oh my God, so dope. So for those who haven't heard, you're Matua, you got some music up. How would you describe your music? I mean, I know we talked about your influences, like a lot of emo music and a little bit of Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino, but 2019, how does your music sound?
When I want to be pretentious, I say like a stream of conscious, post-emo, glitch, pop. But when I'm just like, when I'm being like regular or whatever, when I'm not like trying to be annoying, I guess, I just say like alternative pop.
Okay.
What would I want to know, because I haven't really. You're the first person to listen to the album, by the way.
I liked it. You know what? I don't know too much music like genre calling outside of like hip hop. Like if it like, I don't know much about R&B. I don't know much about singing. I can tell you like if something's like more emo, like in terms of the genre, like alternative rock. But I don't know what to classify it. I like what you call it as alternative pop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think R&B is a little more slow. I mean, if anything, it might be like new, but I don't think it would be. You know, I think what you label it as is what it is, alternative pop. But you know, that's what, I mean. I'm not too good with genres, but it's your music. It's nice. It's unique. It's to your own.
Yeah.
I can say it sounds. You know, it has like a lot of influences. Definitely what you're talking about. You know, but I classify as like your music, man. To me, it's like a testament of how you've grown the past few years. I mean, I was there when making that music, the Vice City remix. I was there, bro. I was on that song with you.
Yep.
And you know, when you drop California Rain, I'm like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This is new. You're trying something different, and it sounds good. You know, I was like, yo, keep at it, man. And you made like 9 songs.
I think it's a good amount.
Yeah, that's a good amount because I don't know. I think that's a really good amount. Anything too little is, I don't know if you can call it an album, and anything too long is like, oh, it's too long of an album. So that's good.
And it's like 30 minutes, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
good.
easy. I hope it's easy to digest, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, definitely. I listened to it a little more to like really grow into it. But from what I heard when I was cooking dinner today, it sounded good.
Please don't listen to please don't listen to it more.
Okay.
Because that's like probably draft 1 of the album.
Oh, okay.
From this interview, like I'm gonna clean it up more.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna have like another draft of it, then final.
Yeah, I had that in mind. It was definitely a rough copy, a rough draft.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that to me ahead of time. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
So what's the meaning of the title? It was a long title. I like the title.
Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Oh, I kind of said that like kind of.
No, that's cool.
But so I really, when it comes to like words or just writing in general, I'm very meticulous. So everything like I'm careful for the diction that I use. So obviously the long title is just to be obnoxious and be like, look, I was an evil kid. Look,
Yeah.
I would, you know, but there's like I guess 3 different words out of the title that that really shape how it sounds. So reprogramming the dysfunctional heart of a stupid crybaby. So reprogramming, when you think of that, you think of like computers, right?
Right.
And I was really interested in glitch music.
Okay.
So emo music and glitch music, and I really fucked with a lot of like, I don't know. I just wanted to make it sound digital, and I wanted it to sound like there's a couple errors along the way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I use a lot of synths and like other things, but I don't really know how to explain it. But reprogramming to me sounds like a computer.
Right.
And I really like video games, and I like video game soundtracks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that kind of ties into how it sounds, I guess. And I use this thing called a bit crusher a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes things sound like 8-bit or 12-bit or things like that. So reprogramming is one of the key words. Crybaby is a key word because I use a lot of instruments that I associate with like, I guess, innocence, or like what baby, like baby is what I want to emphasize. So I use a lot of mallet instruments. There's a toy piano in there. I use harps. I use celestas, which are like they sound like cradles. Celestas and fucking kalimba, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Celesta and kalimba, they sound like lullaby type shit.
Right.
And I use a tin bell, like the Jamaican, like. That was in the song that you liked, that you told me.
Merci.
But I use a lot of those types of instruments to add that like baby. I don't know how to explain it, but to me those instruments are like more associated with like, I guess, kids or babies or innocence, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then so reprogramming, the whole digital computer aspect of it, crybaby, all those like instruments that are associated with what you would associate with a baby musically, and heart. And that's just like, I think that's the most clear one, where it's like a lot of what I'm saying is super emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And honest, and I really want to be as transparent as I can.
That's great.
Yeah.
You made these beats?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so. You're also a producer in a sense.
Yes.
You make beats.
Yes. Still learning how to mix.
Wow.
I'll get there, but yes.
Damn, that's impressive, man. For you to know how to sing, rap a little bit, and also make your own beats and play instruments. That's talent.
Thank you, bro.
Anyone like myself can just rap over a beat and make it sound cool, but for you to know how to create instrumental, a beat, and add instruments to it. I can't play instruments for shit.
I honestly, I can't either. I just like, in Logic, you just click and then there it is. So I just like drag. I program it. Right. Honestly, I'm not.
Right, but that's still something, man. You know what I mean? Even making beats alone, you know, to start from scratch with a snare and I can't even do that. So props to you.
I promise you, it's not as hard as you think.
I tried. I remember it was 2005. Kanye West came out. I was like, he produces and he raps. Let me download some Fruit Loops.
Fruity
Loops. Sorry, I'm hungry. Fruity Loops. And I tried it. You know, Ninth Wonder at one point said he used Fruity Loops. I'm like, yeah, let me make a soul type beat. Let me make that like fucking hip hop boom bap beat.
You can do it, bro. I promise.
I tried. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I saw the little cursor moving, like the timer. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to rap. I'm sticking to rap. I still am. Mm-hmm. Rapping, podcasting, and whatever else. But beat making,
killing it. By the way,
beat making is a different beast. It's a different machine. But if you know how to use that, your worth, your net worth, your worth in general in the music industry just doubles or like triples just because. Oh, you need beats? I can do it. Mm-hmm. Need some vocals? I can do that too. That's really cool. You know, you'd be more sought after than just someone who knows how to rap.
I think that's like the influence of Donald or Childish Gambino, especially now that he's a star. Yeah. He's a pop star. That's you know what I mean. He's really set the precedent. Like, you have to be like a quadruple threat. That's the standard at minimum now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, maybe a few years ago, 10 years ago, like, you can rap and that's cool. You can just rap, that's fine. You'll get by. Mm-hmm. But this day and time, you know, unless you're like Kendrick or J. Cole, man, you gotta pick up something else because now I'd say the rap is more saturated. I wouldn't say it's more dilute because there's different types of rap. You know, you can't judge like the new music of rap and just say like, oh, rap is trash now. There's all different types of rap, right? Mm-hmm. So having having other venues of revenue or talent it's a really good idea. I think it's what separates you from people that can just do one thing. Mm-hmm. You know,
I think it's also like a byproduct of the internet.
Oh, definitely.
The internet also like had a pretty significant influence.
Oh, of course, 100%.
On the like the album in general, like I think conceptually, but I think the internet. The reason why you have to do all these things is because now we have such a short attention span because of like Vine, Twitter, like Facebook, all these things that you can just look at and not think twice about because something else will take its place like really quickly.
I agree, and with that comes consistency and just kind of, being persistent. Trying to stay relevant, but not in the sense of like getting negative attention type thing, but just being consistent with your work and constantly dropping because a few years ago, like maybe like 10 years ago, you can drop one album in a year, you're good. You can drop two, you're really good. You're good for like a while, but now. Especially with like last 2018, man, so many artists were dropping albums like in the same week,
right.
Reviewers, critics had a difficult time. Like, I listened to this album and I had listened to it once because I got to listen to all these other albums.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, internet had an impact.
Yeah.
I can say that internet made music more accessible, i.e. SoundCloud.
I was gonna say that too.
Which is great.
Anyone could like torrent Logic or Fruity Loops and make a beat. So everyone's a rapper now. Everyone makes beats.
Yeah, and I think in a sense, that's good because take it back once again. 10 years ago, dude, you had to know somebody. You had to know someone in the studio. You didn't have a laptop this advanced. You didn't have microphones that plugs into microphone to laptops this advanced. You know, cameras like this. You had to know somebody at hella money, and that was really tough, you know. So I think now it's great that there's this much accessibility.
It is, right? Because it's open source. It's for everyone.
Right. I think, but then, you know, you have to challenge yourself more, like what's going to separate me and put in more work.
I really like that challenge.
Me too.
To be honest, because it makes me work harder, and I'm like, I see what you guys are doing. Cool. Sometimes I get cocky and I'm like, I'm not impressed. Watch this. But I think it's healthy for me to be like that because I'm like, I work harder. It makes you, I think this whole like, the fact that everyone's a rapper, everyone could do it in their room, like it's good, healthy competition to make the people who want it and who really, really want it, get it, you know what I mean? And work for it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. You know, they say you're only as good as your last song, your last hit. You're not guaranteed. You know, okay, just because you had one hit doesn't mean much. You have to stay relevant in that sense. So
yeah,
there's that challenge, but I also welcome that challenge. I'm a big believer in the fact that everybody can win. There's not just one person. Yeah. There's enough money. There's enough out there. You know, there's so many different genres, subgenres in rap and hip hop alone that.
100. I agree. Everyone. That's me being optimistic.
Yeah.
But I think everyone can win. Like,
yeah, everyone can win.
It's a big world, bro.
It's a big world. There's a lot of people listening. A lot of different music tastes. You know, I think. In the past, I've definitely worried too much about what other people were making.
Yeah.
You know, releases they were doing because I wasn't making music, and I got bitter for a while.
It is like.
It's tough.
It's a tough feeling, like seeing, especially like your friends. Yeah. They're doing it, and you're just like, you're still growing. You're still like finding it, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah, but I think with that is you kind of have to stop comparing yourself and compare yourself to who you were yesterday, month, a year ago. Because to compare yourself with someone making music, to be blunt, there's always going to be someone better than you.
There's always going to be someone better, and I think always someone who's working harder.
Yeah. And the most you can do is be the best you can be in your music, you know? And that person is better than you, there's another person better than them. And another person better than that person. So it's this never-ending cycle that if you get stuck in that loop, it's not good, but
you gotta
if you just focus on yourself. Yeah.
Be you.
Be you. You know, I think having authenticity, transparency, you know, being vulnerable, that's what people really like. You know, music people can relate to. You know, that's my opinion.
And that's why emo was popular.
Yeah.
In the first place, I think.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. What is your writing process, or do you have multiple writing processes to making music?
Great question. It's really just like me writing down a line or two that I think is cool, or just like words that I think are cool, and like writing it and putting it away. Then I'll be making a beat, and once I get a feel, like once the beat is like pretty like out there, I'm like, okay, how does this make me feel? Oh, sad. Let me just find a bunch of words, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this works. And then from all the lines that I've written down, because like I have just like a bunch, you know what I mean? I just like synthesize, and I have like 3 different I have like drafts of song, like per song. It'll be the synthesis, then I'll polish it and clean up, and I'll sing. I'll sing with autotune on. I'm trying to stop using autotune a little bit because I want to sing, you know? But I'll sing into autotune so I know the proper like notes that I'm supposed to hit. So and then I'll export it, live with that version, go back to it, clean it up in terms of like words, because I'm really meticulous about my diction, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'll learn the melody, and then for the final draft, I'll just like, okay, this is it right now. Clean it up some more, polish, and yeah.
What about beat making? Because I totally forgot you made beats. Because for me, it's like my writing process, I listen to a beat and vibe out. But how do you make a beat? I mean, is it kind of go by emotion, like?
Sometimes I just make beats just because,
right.
And then I just take it there, no matter how. To me, there's no such thing as a bad idea. I learned that from Taika Waititi. He directed Thor, like the third Thor, but I was obsessed with him because he's from New Zealand and he's Maori, so he's pretty like islander,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was cool because there's not a lot of like islander directors or anything really.
Wow, so Thor 3 was made by like a Pacific Islander?
Well, he's from New Zealand,
okay.
But there's a lot of like tie in with like
wow, that's
Pacific
great.
Island.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's a great guy. He's like so charismatic and funny. But I learned from him that there's no such thing as a bad idea, just by watching interviews, and that I 100% agree, dude. Like any idea has potential to be fucking great. You know, you just gotta sit with it, no matter how like bad you think it is, and just like let it do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to it accordingly.
I think
yeah. No.
I think it also goes back to being persistent and consistent with your work,
Mm-hmm.
because you can hold back, oh, this is not a good song, or like, you know, hold back doing releases, but I think when you keep making songs and keep releasing, you know, it shows progress and you step out of your comfort zone. You know, if you want to try something new, but if you're like hesitant to try something new because you think it's a bad idea,
Mm-hmm.
you'll never know.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you have to rap a bunch of songs or a bunch of times to realize maybe it's not your thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with me, like rapping a certain way that maybe this is not my thing, and I would have never been able to do that if I was just always so focused or so maybe like worried about what other people thought, or worse, of my criticism to myself. So
Oh, dude.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I mean, how do you battle that? I mean, do you have a lot of issues when it comes to writing where you're like, oh man, I don't know how this will sound, I don't like this, or you're like, you know what, just fuck it, I'm just gonna go in and just, you know, whatever happens, happens.
I used to be very like super critical because I had like low self-esteem issues throughout like my childhood, I guess, but I used to be super critical, like, nah, this fucking shit, it doesn't sound good, but
same.
I don't know, the more comfortable I've gotten with who I am, the more I just trust myself, and I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
I think I found a lot of confidence in like the past year, and I'm ready to just like go for it. Like, fuck, I don't care. You know?
That's really good. You know?
The roommates, what's up?
Is that Mr. Hey!
Back from El Salvador.
Hey man, how was El Salvador? Hello.
Hi.
I don't think I've said. Sorry.
Joshua Valle
Oh my God.
has entered the building,
Hey, man.
ladies and
How are you?
gentlemen.
Chilling, man.
Hello.
Director, famous director, photographer. Also Kehlani. Power couple of the year, let's go.
Nice seeing y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You gotta start going.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
no, don't worry.
That's cool.
I can make this?
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
You making soup?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
We're still going, but go ahead. Like,
Good,
it's
that's
okay.
cool.
Okay, alright.
There you go.
So, yeah, you know, I think that you trying different things and stepping out of your comfort zone is a big thing in growing as an artist, because if you're always stuck in that comfort zone,
Yeah.
you're not gonna grow.
And that's another like aspect of Childish Gambino that I get influence from. Like him and Kanye are like the two people that really come to mind, where their albums, each album is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like a huge motivator for me.
Mm-hmm.
That to have, I guess, just individual albums, projects, bodies of works that can stand alone and they're not too similar from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, Kanye went a little too far for me. Just music wise.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Music wise,
I don't know.
I like
if he's
I
on,
like I like Graduation. All right.
Yeah.
I like College Dropout.
My dad put me on to Kanye too. That's like
I like
I'll point that out.
Graduation. I like Late Registration.
Mm-hmm. College Dropout for you, like you said.
Old Kanye. I was iffy with a lot of stuff. 808. I give him credit. He started that wave.
How do you feel about Yeezus?
I was in Yeezus.
You didn't? I feel like it's grown.
I liked.
It's grown.
What's that? That's that Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's like a perfect.
That
perfect
was
Kanye
cool.
album.
I like that. After that, do you think Kanye?
Pablo was cool. It's fun.
You was super up on that shit. Like, yo, this is so fire. I'm like, oh really, Bird?
Yeah, I was,
that's
bro.
cool. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's cool. You really liked that. I remember you was like, one of the, oh, yo, it's so dope. And I'm listening. Like,
but that was also when I didn't really know music.
Nah,
I'll be honest. Like I wasn't really into music.
But you know what though? Like that was you at the time, and I can't judge that. If you like it, if you like a certain song or genre or artist, no one else can tell you that's just trash. That's your music is subjective.
I used to be a fucking like, you know how I was. How I told you I wasn't really into rap music. I used to be so pretentious. I used to be a dick, and I used to hate people. I used to like make fun of people for liking what they like. But at the end of the day, are the people who like what they like, is that corny, or is it corny for you to hate on them for that? You know what's really corny.
I was
being a hater. Like, fuck that.
I was the biggest anti-trap music fan. I was like, oh, it's not lyrics and bars. But I was.
It's cool.
Yeah, I was.
Time and place for everything. Right?
I got into the first like trap music, that kind of new wave I got into was ASAP Mob, Rocky, Ferg.
Pretty cool album.
I was doing opiates at the time. I was fucking popping pills. I'm like, yo, this shit's kind of fly, man. I was just doing.
You were wilding out.
I was wilding out. I'm like, damn, this shit sounds kind of good. I'm like getting high. This is dope. And after that, I'm like, I can see why they do this music. Like if you are into like changing your mindset with like that kind of like substance.
That's what they were going for. I feel like.
Yeah. But even when I stopped doing that stuff, this shit sounds cool.
It still sounds cool.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, this is my drug. I can listen to Future and feel high without getting high.
Hey, oh shit. Well, damn,
56
sir.
56 Nights Crazy, bro. Goddamn.
6ix9ine.
No, 56 Nights Crazy.
Who is that?
56 Nights Crazy is a song by Future.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't really listen to like that.
It's okay.
That realm of music, but
Free 6ix9ine. That's my guy. Free 6ix9ine.
For real?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. He's a pedophile. Come on.
Okay. Let me clear
I don't know about that, man.
Let me clear this up.
I won't deny that his music's hard, but like.
I will say this. Okay. This is from what I know. Listen to this on a Breakfast Club interview. Just saying what's up with the pedophile charge. Charlamagne.
Charlamagne. He really up. Like,
so you're a pedophile. Well, he goes, all right. So what he did was wrong. If you're ever with a girl, if you ever meet a girl, you're gonna like, engage in, sensual activities, you gotta ask for ID.
For sure.
He was what, 16, 17 at the time. He was at, at a person, like he was at a house or apartment, and like there's a lot of older people there. He should have. That's on him.
Yeah.
He was young though. He's young. He's not R. Kelly.
That's a whole nother like.
But with him, he got that charge because what happened pretty much from his story is, I think, alleged, that one girl went missing. He got called in because.
Whoa, I didn't know about that.
But it wasn't him. Like that girl just went missing. He was at the scene of the party, kind of scene of the crime thing, guilty by association.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was the cause, to be honest.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I will say that he was in court. They're like, well, you can plead guilty as a, you like, what's it called, sex crime offender. You can plead guilty, right?
Yeah.
And you can register as a sexual crime offender. You can do that.
Damn.
Or
fuck.
You can fight it and plead not guilty. We'll fucking make your life hell. He didn't have a actual lawyer at the time. It's a public attorney.
Yeah.
They don't really.
Everyone is entitled
do much.
To, yeah.
You don't do much for you. Like they can't really get you out. So he's like, yo, a lot of people who have records a lot of times they can't afford a good lawyer. And if you want to afford a good lawyer, you plead not guilty, and they build up a case, and they work something out. He didn't have a good lawyer. He goes, when this happened, I wasn't Tekashi 6ix9ine. I was just,
Shit, the battery died.
I was just Daniel Hernandez. And why the batteries? Oh shit!
Keep going.
Yeah, I was just Daniel Hernandez, and like I don't have any money, so of course I'm going to plead guilty. Now, if he pled not guilty and he tried to fight that, he'd be fucked. I mean, not as bad. I don't know if he'd be fucked now, but like, you would get shit. So that's my thing. Now, what he did wasn't cool. I guess I don't know if he had sex with that girl, had sexual relations. If he did, yeah. Was he young? Yeah, but then like he kind of just, I don't think he's like.
He goes after like younger girls. That was but again, I don't condone that behavior. That's fucked up. He should have asked. He should have been smarter. With that said, yeah, man. You just like his music? I
like his music. I see him as like a troll. He should not.
He's definitely a troll.
He should not have aligned himself with. There's proof he's not a blood. He's faking that shit. Proof came out.
Sharif. Sharif, my roommate, right? He was.
That's cool.
He was he used to do Uber and Lyft a lot.
Yeah.
And so he drove YBN Namir's mom once.
Yeah.
And she ratted them out. She was like, nah, they don't really do half the shit that they say. They're just doing it because it's trendy or whatever.
Yeah, man. And
so I'm not surprised that he's
but the thing is, he was claiming it. He was trolling YG.
He's like really comfortable with saying the N-word too. I'm like, man, chill with that.
So what I said, but like, this is what happens. This is what happens when you pose as something you're not. This is happens to like,
facts.
It's not good. But back to the pedophile thing, like, I don't condone that shit. That's fucked up. I like his music, but what he did, that's fucked up. As a kid like that, like I think I just have empathy just because, you're a kid and he didn't know any better.
True.
I don't justify it. Like you gotta ask, man. Like, and, if you're at a party and that shit happens, you gotta fucking ask for ID.
Yeah.
Like there's no if, ands, or buts. If they're inebriated, don't
take advantage.
Yeah,
like that shit's not cool.
I don't know what they did, but that's fucked up. But yeah, okay, enough of 6ix9ine, more about that. Are there any obstacles that you faced making music that you have to overcome? I mean, I think I actually talked about a couple, is like, insecurity and all that stuff, but what else did you have to overcome? I mean, were you supported by peers and family when you made music, or?
Yeah.
That's good.
My family's pretty supportive.
That's great.
They don't really get it, but they're just like, if it makes you happy, yeah. Well, I'm very, very lucky.
That's awesome.
In that aspect. Besides just like getting over the fact that I used to not be confident, or I used to not like the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
Fucking singing in keys, like one of the biggest problems I have. That's why I use autotune so much. I'm gonna get there though. I also, this is not really an obstacle right now since I don't do shows at the moment, but I will. I want to learn how to just like play an instrument and sing at the same time, because like I was saying, I just draw all these things in, I program them, so I know the chords, but I don't know how to have that. I don't have that multitasking talent yet, and I would love to. I'm going to, not that I would love to, I'm gonna learn how to do these things, but I think maybe if I started making music like earlier, sometimes I wish that I was where I was at right now in high school, because there's a lot of, like Steve Lacy, that kid, he had a fucking Grammy nominee with the internet when he was still in high school, and right now, like, I'm cool, like, everyone has a different path, but I used to be like, man, I wish I started music earlier when I was in high school, but I don't think that would be beneficial to me, because there's a lot more representation of people who look like me now than there were when I was in high school. And that's fucking identity and race is a whole nother struggle that I have. But
any advice you have to someone who's making music or who wants to make music, but it was maybe in that phase where you were, where you don't have the best confidence in your music, or just, you're kind of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to start?
Yeah. Bitch, get out of your damn head. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
No, but like seriously, like a lot of the lack of confidence that I had mainly just came from me thinking too much and being super obsessed with the idea of making music. That was a big thing for me too, like wanting to be an artist, wanting to be an actor, all these different things, like the idea of it, but not really executing and not acting on it. Those were things that held me back in the past, but I had to really just look it within and be like, yo, what are you doing? You're not really doing anything. Do something. So stop thinking too much. Don't get too, don't get too mixed up with like the idea of things. Because that's what California Rain is about. I know you're about to like segue, but California Rain is like about the idea of somebody, infatuation. And that's dangerous.
Even music does that to you, bro.
Facts.
I can't. Oh my god.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I know what's up. Any shout-outs?
Shout-outs. Well, first and foremost, Joshua Value and Kehlani Kelly.
Hello.
The homies who are here. Everybody who lives in this damn apartment. So Quentin Cameron, Sharif Martin, Oscar, DJ Mars, Alex Can't Fly. Of course, you, like, this has been a long time coming. Honestly, I've thought of you like a big brother to me ever since I met you. And this is...
Appreciate it.
This has been a year in the making, if not like 4 years in the making.
Thank you. I've seen you always as an equal, never a little brother.
I appreciate you because... I appreciate that mindset because that's important to me because, like, I used to be pretty pretentious and like a dick and used to be like, ah! But I'm learning to think in that way. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Where can we find you on social media?
Stupid Matua. STUPID
Damn.
On Spotify, on Apple Music, on any type of streaming service, it's just Matua.
Okay. When can we expect that album drop?
Shit, I don't know. Fuck.
Okay.
Well, I have maybe like March.
Cool. All right, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this finally happened, bro. I'm like, you don't know how stoked I am.
I'm really glad. All right. Thank you.
Voncast, baby.
Hey, come get.
Woo!